Today on Yolk'd, we're bringing you a little bit of our own masterpiece theater. Paul and I will be doing dramatic readings from manuals.
Remote control when the power is low or aircraft. Remote control distance, love, affected.
In the language list, click the language you want to use.
Children are prohibited from touching the batteries. Well, it looks like some people out there might be overestimating their ability to diagnose and solve their PC problems. I don't know what that feels like, but apparently an alarmingly large amount of people think they know more about their PC than they do. According to a survey from Crucial and GMI Research, more than 90% of the participants failed to diagnose a lack of memory as a cause for their computer's slow performance. The survey gave the guinea pigs a common symptom for a lack of RAM in a system, such as slowing performance and lockups using common programs. Unfortunately, not many were able to correctly identify the core problem to the symptom. 36% said that there was a failed component, 35% said that it was due to a lack of drive storage, 10% said that it was a software issue, while another 10% said the problem was due to a virus. Only 8% correctly concluded insufficient memory was a problem. Both women and men incorrectly diagnosed the issue, although Crucial pointed out that the men were the ones who were overly confident that they were right. Sure, whatever. Sounds like the survey sample was just flawed to begin with. I mean, who doesn't go through the list of possible problems before making a diagnosis? I, for one, never make a suggestion to upgrade a component unless it's absolutely necessary. Never. Ever. Yeah, I don't know, it's still not, how about more memory? Let's do more memory. Okay, go ahead and, good, all right. Nope, still not helping. What else could we, more memory. Let's do more memory, come on.
Paul, you just added more memory.
More memory, Jenny, now!
What were you doing at 19? Maybe you were trying to figure out your college major. Perhaps you were deciding which class to be in a new MMO. Very rarely do people decide at 19 that they want to change the world, but that's what Elizabeth Holmes set out to do, and she may be very close to achieving her goals. At 19, she dropped out of Stanford and started her own company, Theranos, which is now valued at $9 billion, making her the youngest female billionaire on the planet. And here's why. The device Theranos created makes blood tests up to 50% cheaper and 100 times faster. Her little nanotainer can perform up to 70 different blood tests with only 25 to 50 microliters of blood. A sample volume that small can be had through a painless pinprick. Theranos has partnered with Walgreens to roll these out. There's no timeline scheduled yet, but very soon you'll be able to walk into a Walgreens, get your finger pricked, and then come out in 2 hours to get your results. Results can then be sent on to a primary care physician or a specialist. With these shortcuts in place, it will be much easier to detect early symptoms of cancer and other severe conditions. In other words, Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos will revolutionize healthcare in the next couple of years. Not bad for a 30-year-old dropout.
How many panel pixels could Peter pinch if Peter could punch panel pixels? Okay, that was ridiculous. You may think the pixel wars are over in the smartphone sector, but no, this is business, people, and business is serious. In the flooded market, one has to stand out even if the difference to the consumer is minute. Case in point, QHD displays. These are extremely high-resolution panels that manage to stay thin and light enough for use in a smartphone. The LG G3 features a 5.5-inch QHD display that manages to cram in 538 pixels per inch. However, Sharp wants to take that to the next level. They're working on a 4.1-inch IGZO screen with a resolution of 2560 by 1600. If you do the math, that means a density of 736 pixels per inch. Is that overkill? Actually, yes. See, with such a tiny screen, our eyes can't really tell the difference between full HD resolution and 2K resolution. While the practical value of such high-res but tiny screens is debatable, it does mean that Sharp can flaunt their super high-res QHD panel with a number that is clearly a larger number than the competition. In order to stay ahead of everyone else in such a fiercely competitive handheld device market, standing out with the latest impressive features is part of the job. I mean, hey, we're talking about it, but talk doesn't really translate to sales. So next time you're browsing your local brick-and-mortar phone store, do a side-by-side and let us know if you can tell the difference between 538 and 736 ppi. I'm guessing that you'll probably just stick to the phone that doesn't need a full battery recharge every 4 hours.
Now that a slew of individually backlit LED mechanical keyboards are on the market, we can start taking a look at how they are being used. What kind of light shows are you creating? If you purchased the Corsair K70, how far are you into the college level course needed in order to correctly use the software? In the mechanical keyboard subreddit, one user has taken up the challenge of elaborate keyboard programming and raised the bar for everyone else. He was able to manipulate the backlighting options of the Cooler Master Quickfire Rapid Eye far beyond what's allowed in the software. Using per-key illumination and light-as-you-type effects, he figured out how to use the keyboard as a platform to play the classic 70s game Snake. Keyboards like the Quickfire Rapid Eye have their own separate ARM processors on board to make this possible, but so far the user who programmed the Snake game on the keyboard has yet to reveal his tricks. Nevertheless, I'm kind of wondering what kind of magic he could create with all of the colors of the Corsair K70.
So the holidays are fast approaching, everyone. That means Black Friday is actually next week. Well, Thanksgiving too, the day before, but no one talks about that anymore. Now, there's been sort of an ongoing trend with retailers opening early and earlier, and now they're actually opening on Thanksgiving Day. So Newegg is actually stepping it up. We're going one step further, and Newegg is never going to close. That's right.
That's right.
You can
Never
you can do your holiday shopping on Thanksgiving while you're eating your food.
From our mobile app.
From the mobile app or the website, whatever you want to do. But you should buy lots of stuff.
And be sure to catch Alt-Tab this Friday with me and Kyle, as well as all of the great regular Newegg TV content. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have just been yoked.
What's menstruum?
That's exactly what you think it is.
Really?
They're using a very, very archaic form of the word.
This says, don't clean the charger with like...
Yeah.
I can't say that one.